Hello viewers, welcome to Emmanuel Maths Academy. So we are still in differentiation. In the previous video, we'll be able to look at some techniques of differentiation. The power rule, or we call it the general rule or general method. We're also able to look at the sum and difference rule. So here, we'll be looking at product rule. What is product? Product simply means multiplication. The multiplication of numbers. When you have 2 and you have 3, you have 4, you have 1, you have maybe 5, you have 2. The product of these two numbers is what? The multiplication of these two, right? Multiply this by this to get to what? 6. The product of this is 4 times 1, which will give you 4. The product of this is 5 times 2, which will give you what? 10. So on that note, the product rule of differentiation is used when we are given two functions that are multiplying each other. Now, you say let u and v be a differentiable function of x. For x, let u, v be differentiable function of x given by f of x equal to u being a function of x. Look at the product of v being a function of x also. Now, the derivative of this is f prime of x, which is we call what? Dy dx is equal to what? U dv dx, which simply means keeping u, then differentiating v with respect to x, plus keeping v, now differentiating u with respect to what? X. As simple as that. This can also be written as y prime equal to what? Keep u, then differentiate v with respect to x, which is v prime. This prime here means differentiation, plus keep v, differentiate u with respect to x. But while using this, you just have to bear in mind that both u and v is a function of x. But if not, just make use of this. Make use of this for easy understanding. Example, if you are given x squared minus 1, or maybe y equal to x squared minus 1 into bracket another one, just a function, maybe 2x plus, let's say, plus what? Plus 2. We solve this, you differentiate this. When you ask to find the derivative of this, we differentiate this using product rule. Reason being that this function here, this is multiplying this. That's why we'll be using product rule. Now, here, the dy dx is equal to what? From these two things, where is your u and where is your v? This is your u. This is your what? V. The first one is your u. The second one is your v, right? Now, this is equal to, keep, from the definition, keep u, you write out u, then differentiate v with respect to x, 2x plus 2 prime, that's the differentiation, prime, plus you keep v, right? What's our v? This 2x plus 2 you differentiate what? Differentiate u with respect to x. This is prime, right? Now, this will now give you what? Dy dx equal to x squared minus 1. Then differentiating this, let's start from the first one. If we differentiate 2x, you get what? Using the power rule, you get 2, right? You get 2. If you differentiate this with respect to x, you get 0, right? Because this is a constant. We are done with this. Now what about this? You write down 2x plus 2. Then look at what you are differentiating. If you differentiate this one also, you have what? 2x. If you differentiate this, you have 0, because it's a constant, right? Now, you simplify further to give you what? You use these 2 to open up this bracket. You have 2x power 2 minus 2 plus, use this to open up this bracket. You have 4x squared, right? Plus 4x. Now, this is what we have. What next? You collect like terms. Collection of like terms. It simply means taking those terms that look alike. Now, we have you have power 2 here, we have power 2 here, right? You bring them together. You look for the one that has only one term, x, you bring them together, and also the numbers. Now, collection of like terms will give you what? Simplifying further, you have 4 plus 2. 2 plus 4 will give you what? 6x squared plus 4x minus 2. Now, this is your dy dx, the derivative of y with respect to x. Is that clear? Now, to get a clearer picture, let's solve another example. Let's assume we are given, you can just call this example 1, right? Then you can call this example 2. If you are given y equal to 3x 2 minus 2x, all multiplied by to what? Let's say you have maybe 4x raised to power what? 3 plus what? Plus x. You are asked to find the derivative of this, which is what? Dy dx. The dy dx of this simply means this is our u, right? This is our v. You keep u, differentiate v, plus you keep v, differentiate u. You write it out as 3x power 2 minus 2x into bracket 4x power 3 plus x prime plus 4x power 3 plus x into bracket 3x power 2 minus 2x prime also. Now, to differentiate this thing further, you have 3x power 2 minus 2x. If you differentiate, you have to differentiate this now, one after the other, using the power rule, right? When you differentiate 4x power 3, what do you get? Differentiating 4x power 2, what do you get? 4 times 3x, 3 minus 1, right? Which is equal to what? 12x power 2. We write down 12x power 2 plus, when you differentiate this x, you get what? You get 1. Is that correct? Because if you have x If you differentiate this, you have s raised to the power of 1 minus 1, which is equal to s power 0. And s power 0 from the law of indices is equal to what? 1. Yeah. Plus, you write down 4x power 3 plus x. When you differentiate 3x power 2, what do you get? 3x power 2. 3x power 2. You have 3 multiplied by the power 2. S 2 minus 1, which is equal to what? 6x. You have what? 6x minus. When you differentiate this, 2x, you get what? You get 2. You have 2. Then your dy dx now becomes, let me clean up this. Your dy dx now becomes, we open up this bracket. Right? Using binomial expansion. That's first to first, first to second, second to first, second to second. Which simply means using this term, first term, to multiply the first term here, and use it again to multiply the second term. Then after you come back using the first term to multiply, and using the second term to multiply the first, using the second term to multiply the second also. Now look at this, let's do it together. If you multiply this by this, 12, 24, 36, right? 36x square. This one multiplied by this, you get what? 3s2. This one multiplied by this, you get what? Minus 24x power 3. Sorry, this is power. This is, we have 2 power here. We have to, this should be s raised to power 4. Right? Because if 3 should multiply 12, you get 36. Right? Then s power 2 multiply s power 2, you get s power 4. Is that correct? Then you use 3s power 2 to multiply 1, you have 3s power 2. Now, we start with the second term again. Using minus 2s to multiply this, you have minus 24. Then this to multiply this, you have s cubed. Is that correct? Now, we now use minus 2x to multiply 1. You have what? Minus 2x. Now, we'll do the same thing here. Using this to multiply this, you get what? 24, right? Plus 24s power what? 4. Right? Plus, okay, we use this thing to multiply the second term again. You have minus 8s power 3. You use this to multiply this, you get plus 6s power 2. Use this to multiply this, you have minus 2x. Right? Now, this is your dy dx.